Hey guys, I just finished watching episode 6 of Breaking Bad, and I have to say that so far, this is by far my favorite fucking episode, right? So Walter White shows that he cares about Jesse. He does. And I thought it was so, I liked it. I liked it. I don't know. I liked it so much. He talks so harshly to Jesse, right? He talks so harsh to him. He's like, now, this is what we're gonna do. Like, do you hear me? Are we clear? You know, he bosses him around because their initial understanding was that, hey, I saw you climb out of X window back when the cops busted you. I can turn you in, right? Or you can work with me and we can be partners. So he's always held the upper hand, along with him being older. Just a lot of stuff makes him kind of the leader. And the fact that he's the one who cooks. Jesse's dumbass, right? He goes with this felon and he's like, oh, right? Like, well, I know the business better than you. I know the business better than you. Yeah, you do, but at the same time, you're still, like, just a kid, honestly. So he goes to this drug lord's hideout, right? And he goes with meth on him, right? He goes by word of this fucking prisoner. This fucking ex-convict doesn't, he doesn't give a fuck, right? So he's just like, yeah, like, whatever, my boy Tuck, right? My boy Tuck leads him in there. And of course, Jesse, his dumbass tried to escape. I knew nothing good was going to come out of him, after the initial deal was made. And he's like, oh yeah, like 35,000 or whatever, however much he asked for. He's like, 35,000, yeah. He gives him the crystal, right? Because, like, he had no choice. But why would the guy go through with that if he didn't have to, So, of course, he was going to steal it from him. Of course. If you're dumb enough to, like, first of all, you're shaking your boots. You're not confident. You're a kid. Of course you're going to get overpowered in this situation. And so for him to grab the crystal off of the desk and try and run out and escape when these guys are gun wielding, are you stupid? No, it just proves that he's just naive, right? And so obviously they beat the fuck out of him, right? I saw him putting some locks and shit in the bag of money. Sorry, phone died. Jesse just showed how naive he was. And of course, obviously he got overpowered. Walter is, feeling a bit smothered by all of the attention, especially from Skylar. She's breathing down his neck. She's sitting with him during chemo, which, I feel like would feel comforting the first couple of times, but after a while I'd be like, okay, fuck off. Like, I need space. And it's so easy and it's a good excuse to hide behind, okay, I need my privacy, I need my space, I need some alone time, right? So if you are to be someone who's cooking meth, the perfect excuse to explain away your absence and your acting weird is the fact that you have cancer, you're 50 years old, and you're going through chemotherapy. You have so much excuse wiggle room to work with there. So, of course, it's pretty hard for them to catch on. However, it seems like the cop guy is pretty darn good at his job as he is catching on. And he even teases Walt. He's like, is it you? Haha. LOL, like that's gonna age so poorly. That's gonna age so bad. And then of course, the show is rooted in reality because I guess he's Hispanic, or is he some sort of native? I guess he was pretty much investigated, whereas Walt's white ass isn't investigated at all, and he's the one with the key, with the classroom, who's the chemistry teacher. How does it not connect? I guess because it's like, it's your family, you turn a blind eye, like, you can't connect the dots because they're in your own family. So it's like a bias, a blindness bias or something like that. Because it's so obviously Walt. It's so obvious. So obvious. Tracing that mask back to his school, to his classroom, should have been the nail in the coffin to get him investigated immediately. immediately, especially since Skylar is always complaining, I never know where Walt is, blah. The cop guy should know. He should know it's Walt. However, like I said, we have the, like, the familiarity bias or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the fuck it would be called. Familiarity bias is something else. But since it's someone in his family, it's like a familiarity blindness. And so, since this is written as a competent officer and, also one rooted in reality, so he's racist and he's, of course he's with, like, the racial stereotypes, and of course Hugo, the nice custodian, is the one who's arrested, and of course he's arrested for, something else, even though he was being investigated. What the fuck? Even though Hugo is being investigated for X, he gets arrested for Y just so they can put a brown person in jail, right? He was being investigated for cooking meth, and he was proven to not be guilty of that. But, they found weed, so there we go. You're going to jail anyway. It's just, And I know Walt feels guilty about that. Because Hugo was so nice to him, cleaning up his throw up. He's like, yeah, go teach your students. Are you okay? The sweetest man. The sweetest fucking man. And he got caught up in Walt's shit, basically. But I'm just kind of confused as to why Walt wasn't more careful with the masks. I mean, come on now. What the hell? Like, and then the inventory, he's like, sure, it's right over there. Like, there had to be any, like, number of lies that could have got him out of that situation. Oh, the inventory, we don't really update it that much. Oh, sorry, we lost our inventory form. Masks, we don't really use those anymore. A couple students have taken them home, so on and so forth. Like, the policy on the masks isn't really that strict, etc. There's so much that could have been said, so many lies that could have protected this whole investigative situation. And I feel like Walt really did snooze on that, and he really did kind of bring the investigation closer to home than was necessary. And so we also find out Emilio, one of his cousins or something, is a snitch. One of the people Walt and Jesse killed is a snitch, I guess. Interesting. And then my fucking favorite scene. First of all, Walt's piss was disgusting. That is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ, that was horrific to look at. I was like, is he pouring something out in the toilet? Like, what is that? He fucking went into Tuck, I think his name was. He went into his little caboose. He went in there with some fucking chemistry shit. Now, I love this. This is giving me, like, anime, like, fucking hype, like, just his creative ways of taking people out with chemistry, right? So he makes this mock meth, right? It's not really meth, but it looks like meth. And only a chemist could pull this off. He creates a twin of meth, and he uses it to take out the bad guy. Just like Emilio's cousins, right? When Walt's like, oh, I'll cook you my recipe. And then he's concocting some bullshit, boom, explosion, right? And then the cutscene to him talking to his students about, the faster the chemical reaction, the bigger the explosion, right? So, of course, that's what he incorporates and uses to take out this boss, Tuck, right? And just the episode payoff was just amazing, right? Not one scene was wasted. You get this scene of him teaching his students, chemical reaction, explosions, woo, 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 woo. How does he take out the bad guy? A big-ass fucking explosion. And, oh my god, when he shaved his head, his son's reaction, he immediately smiled. That was so fucking wholesome to me. He was like, badass dad, like, on some skinhead shit. He was like, purr. And then his wife was just like, but she knew not to say nothing. She knew not to run her fucking mouth. She knew not to say, I felt like she was going to say something dumb. I was going to be like, bitch, do not speak. Anyways, I really do miss his brown hair. I'm not going to lie to you, but, like, just him taking all those pills, I felt his fucking pain. I was like, damn, this is exactly what he didn't want to do. My dude is miserable. He's miserable, popping all those pills one after the other. Oh my god, his piss is blood orange and shit. Like, oh my god, dude is really struggling. He won't stop puking. He's falling over. I think he's gonna stop doing chemo. I really do. My prediction is he's going to stop doing chemo, but he's gonna keep the shaved head. I do think that. Because he looks so much more menacing with the bald head, honestly. Like, on some scary shit when he was approaching the Tuck HQ or whatever the fuck. The guy standing guard at the door was like, at first he was like intimidating him. He was feeling him out. He's like, I'm not leaving until I talk to Tuck. The guy's feeling him out. He was like, alright, this guy means business. Fuck, go. Go. And he goes up there, puts the crystal down, and then, they have their little exchange. And then, like they were saying, like, it's stupid of you if I stole your crystal at first. It's so dumb of you to come back with more crystal. I'm just gonna steal it again. But we have guns. What do you have? And he's like, I didn't bring you more crystal. Gets his fucking Dragon Ball. Boom! He fucking wiped them out. That was fucking hysterical. I was laughing, bitch. I was fucking laughing. And so, my question is, why didn't that affect Walt at all? Did he have ear plugs in or something? Like, the blast affected everybody but him. So it's like, plot hole? Like, I guess he had the element of surprise. And since he wasn't surprised by what happened, he was able to, like, be chill. I don't know. Whatever happened, it was still fucking Kino. It was absolutely crazy, insane. I loved it. Cannot wait to see the next episode. Cannot wait to see what happens. The cop is getting close, right? He's getting close. He's on to him. Walt finally stepped into his full bad guy persona. Bald head. What's his name? Heisenberg? Heisenberg? Heisenberg is here. Heisenberg is here to slay, and I'm fucking here for it. Yes. I don't know what it is with me and, like, rooting for the bad guys recently, but go fucking Walt. Because Walt's a bad guy, but he's taking out worse guys. You know? There's something about watching the understood bad guy with his family, with Walt Jr., and then sticking up for Jesse Pinkman. That's cute. Like, you can't... Even if he's a bad guy, he still stood up for Jesse Pinkman. And that was cute. That was objectively cute. Anyways, can't wait to see next episode. Goodbye. See you guys later.